Now another illustration. This is also exhaustive and quite understanding concept for as per the conceptual clarity. For the conceptual clarity point of view, the concept is when there is a absence of information about the value of goodwill, then this is a case of hidden goodwill, and you will calculate hidden goodwill on the basis of new partners capital and total capital of the all the partners in new firm. So total capital of the new firm on the basis of new partner, it's easy, but the same time the second part, that is deduction of net worth of new firm on the basis of total capital of the total adjusted capital of the old partner plus new partner's capital. So here what you are going to learn is, if there is a existing goodwill, that is also going to be deducted while calculating the adjusted capital. So here old partners capitals are given, reserves and surplus given, profit and loss is given, goodwill is given, and advertisement suspense account, advertisement expenditure is given. So the new thing in this question is this thing, that is, if existing goodwill is given, that is also going to be adjusted, right? So total capital of the firm, he is bringing 3,20,000 and coming for 1/4 share, and reciprocal of his share is 4:1. So this is the amount less net worth of the new firm, that is A's capital, B's capital 3 lakh, A's capital 3 lakh, B's capital 2 lakh, 70,000 for reserves, 50,000 for profit and loss, minus 60,000 for existing goodwill, minus 25,000 for advertisement expenditure account. So this comes 5,40,000, and adding his new partner's capital 3,20,000, this become 8,60,000. Out of this amount will be deducted and get the balance is 4,20,000. This 4,20,000 is a value of goodwill, and the share of C's share is 1/4 of 4,20,000, that is 1,05,000. And the journal entry, you can pass it. He's coming for 1/4 share in the profit. C brings this. So their old share 2:1. This will be the sacrificing ratio also, because nothing other or no other information about the sacrifice or new profit sharing ratio. So first of all, you write off the goodwill, give journal entries for the adjustment of goodwill. So this goodwill should be write off. Apart from this, you can also write off these also. They haven't mentioned here, but they also be written off. Profit and loss account balance, reserve balance, and advertisement suspense account. These are necessary. Reserves you should also write off reserve, profit and loss account, advertisement suspense account, because this is also a part of journal entries. But because they haven't asked you past necessary journal entry, they have just asked you journal entries for the adjustment of goodwill. So you just concentrate on goodwill, so they just only write off the existing goodwill. Now for they haven't passed the amount of capital what he is bringing, they haven't passed the journal entry. So the question specifically asks, give journal entry related to goodwill. For that you have to pass only 2 journal entries. So C's current account debited to A's capital to B's capital in their profit sharing ratio, and that is 2:1, right? Now I'm taking a one full length question about the hidden goodwill. Deepika and Rajshri are partners in a firm, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 3:2. Their balance sheet was as under. So they have given sundry creditors. Public deposits are loans actually, okay, so don't bother about it. Public deposit is a type of loan raised from the public. You would have studied in your business studies. So public deposit, bank overdraft, outstanding liabilities, capital balances are given. Cash in hand, cash at bank, stock, prepaid insurance, sundry debtors, less provision for doubtful debt, plant and machinery, land and building, and furniture. On the above date, the partners decide to admit Anshu as a partner on the following terms. Deepika and Rashri is having a old ratio 3:2. The new profit sharing ratio, they have given you new profit sharing ratio 5:3:2. So on the basis of that, you should calculate who is sacrificing and who is not sacrificing. That will be judged after calculation. Next, Anshu shall bring 32,000 as his goodwill. Anshu is unable to bring in any cash for her share of goodwill. Partners therefore decide to calculate goodwill on the basis of Anshu's share in the profit and the capital contribution made by him to the firm. Fourth is plant and machinery would be increased by 12,000. Stock would be increased to 40,000. Provision for doubtful debt is to be maintained 4,000. Value of land and building has appreciated by 20%. Furniture has depreciated 10%. So many adjustments. And the last one, there is an additional liability of 8,000 being outstanding salary payable to employees of the firm. This liability is not included in the outstanding. So this is outstanding salary is a unrecorded liability which you are going to record. They ask you to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, and balance sheet. So we will take for one by one. Sundry creditor, no adjustment. So in the balance sheet, you directly write sundry creditor 16,000, right? This is the first thing. The solving the question, the method is when the question asks you to prepare revaluation account, partners capital account, or balance sheet, first of all, half page you will take for the revaluation account, half page for capital account, make a format, and next page you will write the opening balance sheet. Half page, almost half page will be consumed on that, and rest of after that you can start with your working notes. So first, and take one by one and simultaneously enter all the way. So sundry creditors, no change, 16,000, no adjustment. So put it in the balance sheet, sundry creditors 16,000. Now next is public deposit. Public deposit 61,000, no change. So directly write down in the balance sheet liability size 61,000. Easy. Now next is bank overdraft. Bank overdraft, I don't think so there is any change, but it can be used. So we will discuss later. Now outstanding liabilities 2,000. It is increased, I think. There is a adjustment 8,000. There is a additional liability of 8,000 being outstanding salary payable to the employee, and that is not yet recorded, so it should be recorded. So outstanding salary is increased by 8,000. It is right now 2,000. It become 10,000. So this increase in liability is a loss for the business, and the journal entry is revaluation account debited to outstanding expenses or outstanding salary. So revaluation account will be debited with outstanding salary 8,000, and in the balance sheet you will add this 8,000. This become 10,000. Done. Next is capital. So brought down these capital in their capital account 48,000 and 40,000. Next is cash in hand 1,200, cash at bank 2,800. Now if cash in hand and cash at bank both are given, we use either of one and prefer bank. So we will do all the entries through the bank. See, he is bringing capital. They have done through bank. Means they have preferred the bank instead of cash. So 32,000 is bringing. So bank balance earlier it was 28,800. 32,000 is bringing. So this is bank balance, positive bank balance 2800 plus 32,000, and bank overdraft is a negative bank balance. So it is adjusted by deducting this bank overdraft 6,000. Now the bank balance become 28,800. That is shown here, right? So next is stock. Stock would be increased to 40,000. Right now it is 32,000. Stock is having 32,000. It is increased to 40,000. So increase in value of asset is a profit for the business or gain for the business. So the journal entry will be stock account debited to revaluation. So revaluation account will be credited with the amount of stock increase 8,000, right? And you will show it in the balance sheet also. Stock is having 32,000 plus 8,000, 40,000, right? Okay, next item is prepaid insurance. This prepaid insurance. So prepaid insurance is 1,000. There is no other adjustment about prepaid insurance. So put it as it is, prepaid insurance 1,000. Easy. Now next is sundry debtors 28,800. There is a adjustment. Provision for doubtful debt is to be maintained at 4,000. Value of land and acha. So provision is given 800 and they want to maintain 4,000. So you have to increase 3,200. So provision is a liability. If there is an increase in provision, that is increase in liability, it's a loss for the business. So the journal entry will be revaluation account debited to provision for doubtful debt. So it should be debited. So it should be debited with 3,200. I hope you have understood. They are asking you to maintain 4,000 and we have already provision of 800 in the balance sheet, old balance sheet. So we have to create 3,200 additional. So that is an increase in liability towards work provision for doubtful debt, that is 3,200, and it is a loss for the business. That's why it is debited in the revaluation account. Now in the balance sheet you will show it sundry debtor 28,800. Now provision become 4,000. Now the balance is 24,800. Easy. Now next is plant and machinery. Plant and machinery, it is increased by 12,000. So if asset is increasing, it's a gain, so it should be credited 12,000 and 12,000 added. Now it becomes 60,000. Easy. Now next is land and building. Land and building is 50,000. So there is an adjustment. Value of land and building has appreciated by 20%. So land and building value is 50,000. 20% increase means 20% of the 50,000 is 10,000. So increase in asset is a gain and it should be credited and it should be added. 50 plus 10, 60,000. Easy. Now next is furniture. Furniture was depreciated by 10%. Right now it is 10,000. 10% depreciation means 1,000. Decrease in value of asset is a loss. It should be debited. So they have shown debit side furniture 1,000. Now deduct the 1,000. It becomes 9,000. Right? All right. Now calculate the revaluation profit and loss. Credit side is having 30,000. Debit side having 12,200. So difference is 17,800, and this is profit on revaluation, and this profit will be transferred to Deepika and Rajshri in their old profit sharing ratio, and old profit sharing ratio is 3:2. So this profit on revaluation, and the journal entry will be revaluation account debited to Deepika's capital account to Rajshri. So their capitals are credited. So you will write by revaluation 10,680, 7,120 in Rajshri column. Now we have to calculate what is the sacrificing ratio. So Deepika is having old share 3 by 5 and new profit sharing rate profit share is 5 by 10. So 1 by 10 he is losing. She is losing 1 by 10. Sacrifice of Rashri, earlier she was having 2 by 5 and right now it is 3 by 10. So 1 by 10 she is also losing. So the sacrificing ratio is 1:1. Right. Now we will calculate the value of goodwill. Anshu brings 32,000 for 2 by 10 share. So 32,000 multiplied by reciprocal of her share, that is 2 by 10, reciprocal is 10 by 2. So the amount of total capital as per on the basis of new partner, that is Anshu's capital, is 1,60,000. Now deduct less capital of Deepika. Now adjusted capital you can calculate this 48,000 plus 10,000, 48,000 and 10,680. The same way Rashri for 40,000 plus 7,120. So this is combined capital and capital of Anshu is this. So total capital is net worth as per the adjusted capital of old partner and new partner's capital 1,37,800. This amount will be deducted from this amount and the balance is 22,200. She is coming for 2 by 10. So the share of goodwill is 4,440 and this will be shared by old partners in their sacrificing ratio, and the journal entry will be Anshu's current account debited to Deepika's capital account to Rashri's capital account, and the amount will be 2220, and this is shown here by Anshu's current account 2220. Anshu's current account was debited, so her current account is showing debit balance, so that will be shown in the on the asset side, and this final balance will be shown on the liability side. That's all for the day, children. Thank you. Have a nice day.